Alright, this week we're going to kind of switch gears and take a look at something a little bit different, a little bit new, and honestly a lot of people don't know about this little feature that's right inside of Adobe Bridge, and it can really save you a lot of time, so I want to make sure that you guys can see this. Essentially what it is, it's called Bridge Center. And Bridge Center comes with the Creative Suite. So if you just purchase Photoshop, you won't have the Bridge Center inside of Bridge. But if you purchase the entire Creative Suite, you'll have this new item. It'll be over here on the left-hand side in the Favorites area. It'll be called Bridge Center. Well, I'm going to click on that, and it opens up a new window inside of Bridge here. Now essentially what Bridge Center is, it's kind of like the central point for everything related to the bridge. You can control a lot of things and do a lot of things right from within this little window here. So let's take a look. Let's move this over so we can see more of the screen. So as I move over from the left to the right, you can see there's something on the top here called Saved File Groups. This is essentially a way to save multiple files into a group. So let's say you're working on a project that's got Photoshop files in it, maybe it's got some InDesign and Illustrator files in it. I can save them in a group here, and then I can open one file and open the entire group. So it opens up all the files and all the applications that it's in. Another one I have here is some recent folders. The other one I find useful here is recent files. So if I know I had a file open recently and I'm not quite sure where it is or how to get to it, I can just go into recent files and take a look here. If I scroll to the bottom, you can see we have some tips and tricks here, and I can move through those just by pressing these arrow keys. On the way bottom, all the way on the way bottom, I've also got this area called New Version Queue Projects, so I can control my version queue projects here. I can also color manage all the Creative Suite applications. So essentially right here you can synchronize all the CS applications so they're all using the same color management settings. And then I can open help right from here too. But the one thing I want to show you here is a neat little thing. It's called the RSS reader. Now essentially, these RSS feeds, they're kind of what you'd find on blogs and news sites, and they're ways that you can find out, you can read news on a website. Well, essentially what you can do is, if a website or a blog has the ability to output an RSS feed, well, you can load that right in here in Bridge Center, and you can start getting your information without ever even leaving an Adobe application here. So it's pretty neat, and it saves you a lot of time. You can see at the top here, Adobe's already got some input for you. You can see the Resource Center, tips and tutorials. The Studio Exchange is a pretty good one because it keeps you up to date with what's new inside of Adobe Studio Exchange. But the cool thing about this is I can add my own, and recently Adobe's released a couple RSS feeds that have to do with some of their tech and some of their help documents. Well, if you want to keep up to date with any new of the tech issues or some of their support documents, they've released an RSS feed to do that with. And I'll open up the window here, and it looks kind of scary to start with, and the good news is you don't have to worry about what all this code looking stuff is on the bottom here. You don't need to worry about that. All you need to know is what is the address to this feed. Well, here's the address. It's up top of my address bar here. What I'll do is I'll make sure we link to these on the tutorial page, so you can just grab the links off of there. You don't have to write these down. But essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this address, and then I'm going to go back into Bridge here. Under RSS Reader, you see the little plus icon. If I click on that, it gives me a new window here. I'll just type in that URL, so I'm just going to paste it right into that new window here. So now we have our RSS feed in here, and I'll press OK, and watch what happens to my RSS reader. See, it updates, and now I have a new one here, Photoshop Top Issues. So it'll give you all any issues or support documents that relate to Photoshop. Now the other cool thing is, let's say you visit a blog or some type of a news site that you really like. Well, you can put that inside of Bridge too, as long as they output their news in an RSS feed. Now there's one that I really like. It's called Creative Bits, and it's run by a gentleman named Ivan. He's got a great little kind of a blog site here. It has a lot to do with Mac and Apple, but really it's a lot more than that too. He's got a lot of great information on design and some web design applications, and also on products. So it's a great little blog. Well, if I scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see here it says Syndicate. I'm going to click on this XML button. It's going to show me a new web page here that looks just like the one we saw for Adobe. So I'm just going to grab that address, copy it, go into Adobe Bridge Center here, add a new one to it, just paste it right in there, press OK, and now you can see our Bridge Center is updated with Creative Bits, Mac Design Community, and now it shows you all of the little news items that he has on that website, but it shows you right inside of Bridge Center here. So it saves me a lot of time because I can do all of my surfing and find out all the news that I want to find out right inside of Adobe Bridge. So that's it for the Bridge Center. Hopefully you'll start using it. Check it out. Maybe it'll help you. And hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks.